President Trump tweeting, "No transgender people in the military." Let me run through the tweets for you. "After consultation with my generals and military experts, please be advised that the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military. Our military must be focused on decisive and overwhelming victory and cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical costs and disruption that transgender in the military would entail. Thank you." Come on in. Keane, retired 4-star general. What does Jack Keane say about this?
Well, policy by Twitter, it doesn't work very well, particularly something as complex as the United States military. I think the Pentagon is pretty stunned by this decision. To give our viewers some sense of what's really happening here, the military did not come forward and ask for the transgender ban to be lifted. That was imposed on the military by Secretary of Defense Carter last June, literally 6 months before the end of the Obama administration. No internal in-depth study was done. He relied on an external study by a contractor. The result had been that after the ban was lifted, several thousand soldiers who were serving faithfully and honorably in the military came forward and changed their gender. They began to receive medical treatment as of 1 October. And then this July, general enlistment of transgender recruits was supposed to take place. The generals and Secretary Mattis got together and said, "We are not ready for this. We still don't understand what is happening as a result of this policy decision." So Secretary Mattis delayed that enlistment from 1 July 6 months to study it further. I think what the president should do is talk to Secretary Mattis, take no adverse action against those who are serving honorably and faithfully who are now transgender soldiers, and let Secretary Mattis come back and tell him, how is this program working, and should we go forward with it? And if so, I need time to make this thing work properly.
What is the military for? Is it to win battles, kill people and break things? Or is it also a social welfare organization?
Well, it's not a social welfare organization. It's not a place to socially rehabilitate people either who have had problems in their life. We exist for one reason only, and that is protecting the American people and our national interest. And thankfully, we have people who volunteer as American patriots to do that very thing and put their life on the line. And what comes first in the military is readiness. Readiness is the most important thing, and you have to give up rights to become part of the military, and we're able to take some of those rights away from people because readiness trumps everything else that goes on in the military. We can get this right, Stuart, but let Secretary Mattis and the generals figure out how best to do this.
Got it. Okay, now I want to bring this to your attention. I'm sure you know about this already. Taliban forces attacking an Afghan military base in the Kandahar region, killing more than half the soldiers stationed there. What's the latest on this, and what does it tell you about the battle in Afghanistan?
Yeah, this follows on the heels of 24 being killed in a bombing incident in Kabul. And this is a military base in northern Kandahar, and it's really bold what the Taliban are doing. They have, to use a military term here, they have absolutely operational freedom and momentum on their side. They attacked the base, had 82 Afghan soldiers on it. They killed, wounded, or captured 57 out of those 82. And this is the third base that they've attacked in the last few months. They are beginning to systematically roll up Kandahar province, which is south of Kabul, but a very significant and strategic province inside of Kandahar. They've had the same influence the last year and a half on Helmand. These are places that during the surge in Afghanistan in 2010 and 2011, U.S. troops, along with Afghan soldiers, took away from the Taliban, and now they're taking it back. Things are not going well there. I think the Senate Armed Services Committee is likely to come forward because they're so frustrated not seeing a strategy in Afghanistan from the administration. They're likely to propose one of their own. We have got to come up with a workable strategy for Afghanistan.
Okay. General Jack Keane, look, thanks very much for joining us this morning, sir. Difficult day, but thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good talking to you, Stuart.